seconds to go. One last gasp for Edmonton. Bouchard's pass didn't click with Draisaitl. 12 seconds to go. Florida trying to end it up against the wall, which would be fitting. 3 seconds to go. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup. For the first time in their 30-year history, the Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champions. They made it about as hard on themselves as they possibly could, battling a valiant Edmonton team that had rallied from adversity all season long. And Paul Maurice, coaching lifer, 30 years in the National Hockey League, has his Stanley Cup.
What the puck is going on?
This is What the Puck is Going On for April the 29th, 2025. I am Stephen Murray. This is the Deep End Broadcasting Network, live from our Chicks Beach studios in the lovely Virginia Beach, Virginia, the United States of America. This is What the Puck is Going On, our coverage of the National Hockey League all season long and every Monday through Thursday throughout these NHL playoffs, except for last night. Got a little bit stuck on the road. So nephew Dave on location in North Carolina and myself across town in Virginia Beach. You know what? We just didn't make the show in time. So I think that's a good thing. We had a light slate. And ever since we last left you at the end of last week, things have gotten a little topsy-turvy for the most part here in the National Hockey League Stanley Cup playoffs. Maybe not fully, but we've had, nobody's going to sweep. And at one point, it looked like we could have 4 or 5 sweeps out there, to be honest. Carolina lost the game to New Jersey. Toronto lost the game to Ottawa. The Caps lost the game to Montreal, right? And then let's see, the Jets have completely blown their series. So 2 up for them, now 2-2. That goes back to Winnipeg. Florida, they drop a game to Tampa Bay, obviously, as well. And then how about Colorado? I think everyone kind of thought would run away with things. No, it's Dallas 3-2 now, as they are your decisive leaders. And I should know better. Trying to hop on the Colorado train. I was just trying to switch things up for Dallas for me. And I know Dallas is a machine. Probably better in Colorado at the end of the day. I fell a little bit into the hype of the Avalanche speed theory, and Dallas has been the better team here. Good when their backs are against the wall, really, as well. The last couple of years, they have been in some series where you don't expect them to come out the victor at the end of the thing. And sure enough, here they are, and they have a chance to clinch a playoff berth, I think as soon as tomorrow night. Is that correct? Now we're going to have to wait one more night for them. They get a little bit of a break here as they played yesterday. 6-2 winners in Dallas. Next up will be in Colorado for that game 6. So we have 4 games on the slate for tonight. We have staggered starts. Gotta love it. 7 p.m. Ottawa, they are down 3-1. They are at Toronto. New Jersey is at Carolina. 3-1 for Carolina. So a chance for both of those teams to close out those series on home ice. Vegas and Minnesota, they're knotted up at 2-2. We haven't talked about that. Minnesota back and forth with Vegas there. Vegas getting the key win last time out. This is the series. This is the Dallas, Colorado one. Talking about Vegas and Colorado. And to some extent, this next one with Edmonton as well. That's where things are doing the complete opposite every time out. You think of what may happen. Vegas winning in Minnesota on the road the last time out, and then Edmonton able to grab their 2 games at home from deficit late, really able to rally both cases and get the win over the Kings. So the Kings probably could be done with their series right now. Carolina could be done with their series. Toronto could be done with theirs. Montreal and the Caps could be just about done as well. The Caps had a chance maybe to sweep that. Montreal with that big win over the weekend. In fact, emphatic win. So well-deserved in that front for the Canadians. We still got some hockey left to go. Moral of the story here for the first round. We'll see who can clinch. A couple opportunities for teams tonight. And then we'll see who can get the edge coming up. And you're going to have to excuse me. The allergies are back again down here. One last round of pollen and that clear stuff that comes down. It's those little clear things. If you have a swimming pool, it almost looks like a kind of a spider webby looking material floating around. Well, that is abundant in the air. And the crap I coughed up this morning was pretty disgusting. So excuse me on that front as well. I am going to be the hockey analyst, the professional hockey analyst out there that you'll listen to the most that has the worst problem with allergies. But we give out winning bets, so it's worth hanging in for it. And let's see if we can get a couple winners tonight. I don't see how Toronto doesn't clinch this. They're the better team. I get it. Ottawa earned the 1 game. You got to give Toronto credit on home ice here. You got to give them a pass for everything they've done in the past. This is a new team. Goalies listed are Stolars and Linus Ullmark. All right, so can Anthony Stolars get it done for the Maple Leafs at home? I think they do. I think they batten down the hatches. This could be a game. Obviously, it's an elimination game. So whenever we have these little over-unders of 5.5 totals, which you see across the board here, and we've had plenty of overs in these NHL playoffs. It's not like everything's been under. But there's been our share of overs nightly. In fact, last night, 8 goals in the Dallas game. So can we get goals in this Toronto-Ottawa game? I think we definitely can. Toronto in the over sounds like a play for me at the end of the day. Minus 176 over 5.5. You can do pays plus 178 overall. I think this has 4-2 written all over it, 5-2. You got to remember in an elimination game, the Senators, when they pull the goalie, they're going to pull them often. So unless they have a lead here, even down a goal, you may see them going to the empty net, 3.5, 3 minutes remaining. Some of these teams have been keeping their goalies out even after the empty net goal. So right away on the face-off, you have a chance to score again. And that's what's tricky about taking under 5.5 here. And why I'm probably willing to lay the puck line with Toronto. We have a VIP bet, a free VIP bet tonight, which basically it's a risk-free, and it's a decent amount size bet they give you. So I'm going to let it rip here with Toronto minus the 1.5 on the puck line, plus 146. If you want to take the Maple Leafs to get their team goals over 3.5, it's plus 120. Maybe that's what I should have done. In case Ottawa has their wits about them. I guess it's too late for that, huh? But over 3.5, that looks like a good number for Toronto as well. I think the Hurricanes can flex their muscles at home against the Devils, minus 1.5. I'll get to some goal scorers. We'll go through that in a minute. But the Hurricanes, minus 1.5, we'll take a shot on them at home as well. They're clearly the better team here to me. New Jersey's been nice. They've been a little feisty at times in this series. They grabbed their victory at home. But I think Carolina's well coached. They got the goaltending, just a little bit more well-rounded, better of a team, just as Tampa or Toronto is against Ottawa at the end of the day. So I expect both of these teams to close out their series tonight, and we'll see. That'll be good for the Maple Leafs too. Think of that incentive for them, as they still have to have Florida and Tampa Bay go a couple more games. So Toronto can get some extra rest here, which is huge this time of the year. You're not going to complain about rust in the NHL. Carolina, less rest, most likely with the Capitals. But that rest, whoever comes out on top of that series could end up sitting around a while as well if Toronto and Florida is the matchup, or Toronto and Tampa Bay is the matchup next round. Carolina and the Caps, if those two end up playing each other in the next round, which it looks like that it will be, you can see them for sure being able to probably get a break even in a long series amongst them. Obviously, the sooner you get your opponent out of there, the better. So if you can win 3-1, if you're Carolina or Washington, then you're going to have quite some time before it's all said and done on the other side of the bracket, and there you will get your rest. So Carolina and Toronto for me. The Carolina team goals are 3.5. It's minus 104. The Devils over 2.5 plus 146. You're actually getting a really nice number on that. I mean, I could see this being 5-3 still, 6-3, something like that. Carolina winning, going away almost in a empty net desperation scenario, probably much like how Toronto will go down. On a confidence scale of these two things actually happening, I actually think it's pretty good. I hate to say it like that because that's when everything goes south. But I kind of feel like this is really it, and a good opportunity if you've been getting blasted here in the playoffs to come back with a winning night. So give me the Canes minus 1.5. I'd be tempted to take both of these teams minus 2.5 as well. I'll take a look at that in some sort of a round robin, probably even 3.5. Honestly, I mean, that's how much I think they can do it. And so 1.5, I feel comfortable about at the end of the day. Let's see, goalies listed here should be Frederick Anderson. Nope, Jacob Markstrom and let's see, Jacob Markstrom and Kochetkov. All right, so there we go. No Frederick Anderson. Okay, next game is the Wild and the Golden Knights. I don't know. You told me who's going to win. But you're getting a good price with Minnesota, plus 190 if they can win on the 60-minute line. Let's see, the Wild are plus 280 just to win in regulation. That is a nice number. Minus 1.5 plus 430. I almost like that plus 280 better. And minus 2.5 for the Wild is at plus 830. 3.5 if we can get this thing empty net rolling away, 17-1. Now, how about this? Minus 4.5 is 55-1. I mean, the Wild can clip you down on defense. What if they were to come out and have some sort of a mass offensive output? On the flip side, minus 3.5 for the Knights is at plus 560. Golden Knights minus 2.5 is plus 215. 1.5 for the Knights is at plus 114. All right, goalies listed in this game. And I think this is me saying if I have a professional advice, maybe avoid it. But you want to play these games. They are fun. Philip Gustafsson and Aiden Hill are your goalies. Let's look at the puck lines on these other games too. Since I mentioned it. Devils minus 2.5, 10-1, 3.5, 25-1. And if you remember last week, we did play the Devils on the alt line just to try to take a random stab of things going sideways. And they actually had to lead for a minute. Carolina minus 3.5 is at plus 480. Minus 2.5 is at plus 186. Toronto is going to be similar to Carolina. Ottawa minus 3.5 is 14-1. Minus 2.5 is 6-1. Plus 750 for the Maple Leafs, minus 7.5. And plus 280, minus 2.5. So better number. Getting a much better number than you are with Carolina on their alternate line. So something like the 3-game parlay of the Wild and regulation and the combination of the alt lines in Toronto, Carolina is going to pay something nifty. This game scares me now. I don't know what to do with this series. Oilers and the Kings. Minus 1.5 is the puck line for your Kings, who are the slight favorite at home. Plus 188, minus 1.5, and minus 126 on the straight money line. 6.5 is your highest total on the board. The under is the favorite at minus 128. You're getting a nice plus 105 for Edmonton to win straight up. And can they win a game on the road here? They've pulled it out at the end of the day. We'll see Calvin Pickard for Edmonton against Darcy Kemper for the Kings. Good game. Kings back on home ice. They are a handful at home. So it should be a fantastic hockey game. This series has been over, I think, every game, right? I think we played an over. So I could see that again. Over 6.5 is plus 104. Man, why do I think Edmonton is just going to win this one and steal it? Down 2-0, and they come all the way back. And they, because they did it in the final last year. I mean, so 2-0 is nothing for the Oilers. Man, I don't have a best bet on that. That's a hard one. What's the Kings in 60 minutes? I'm sorry. The Oilers in 60-minute on the 60-minute money line of regulation, plus 160 to win in regulation. Kings plus 120. All right, so no play. I think for me, if you're on the East Coast, especially, enjoy it, fall asleep to it. Don't try to stress about it and lose sleep. Maybe. Anytime goal scorer. Oh man, let's take my man Tavares. Plus 190 tonight. For the Carolina Hurricanes, let's take their captain, Sebastian Aho, at plus 160. That pays plus 650 altogether. And then why not take the man who's been crushing it for the Minnesota Wild, Kirill Kaprizov, plus 140. He's your favorite to score a goal for the mass underdog. Wild. Wow. That kind of makes me like the Wild. So can we take these guys with their teams? Oh, yeah. If you take Minnesota. So Aho, Tavares, and Kaprizov pay 17-1. Let's add the Wild money line. And then let's add the other two money lines, see what we get. Carolina and Toronto. And now we get plus 380. So $10 wins 382. All right, we'll give that a shot. How about that? A little different. Goal scorer, game winner combo, just to win in overtime or sudden death. I thought we had some funds here. Let's just do this real quick, please. I know it's exciting watching me or hearing me deposit money on the old account here, but let's just go ahead and lock it in because I won't do it in a few minutes. All right, $10 wins 392, and that is with goals by Tavares, Aho, and Kaprizov, and that's wins by their teams, Toronto, Carolina, and Minnesota. We'll get the extra 30 minutes of shut-eye, not having to worry about the Edmonton and Kings game. All right, and tomorrow night, another 3-game slate. All right, Montreal and Washington, Florida and Tampa Bay, and St. Louis, Winnipeg. We shall discuss then and see how our night goes. Okay, guys, this is what the puck is going on. I am Stephen Murray. Good luck. We will see you tomorrow. This is the Deep End Broadcasting Network. All of our content can be found on deependbroadcasting.com, on X at Deep End, like a pool, DEEPEND, at Deep End 757, and also our YouTube channel, Deep End Broadcasting. All right, there you go. All right, guys, good luck tonight. Enjoy your NHL action.
What the puck is going on?